This conference will now be recorded.
This session we need to go for understanding the next concept. It will be Python basic syntax. Okay, Python basic syntax. Is it clear? This is the topic we need to go for understand by this particular session. Actually, from the Python basic syntax session, we need to go for understand the following concepts. The first one is what exactly syntax. Okay, second one is what exactly the program, what is definition of the program. Next, what is instruction. Okay, and the types of instructions. Types of instructions. Next, keywords. Oh, the types of instructions is done. Then after we need to go for understanding the keywords. Then identifiers. Okay, then after variables. Okay, after that one we need to go for understanding the data types. Okay, so these are the concepts we need to go for understand by this particular session. I hope by this session I can able to finish till here itself. Okay, what exactly the syntax, what exactly the program, what exactly the instruction, what are the types of instructions are available inside of the program. Okay, what is keyword, what is identifier, and what are the variables. Those things we need to go for understand by this particular session. Did you understand what exactly you are going to be understanding by this particular session? Hmm?
Yes, Anjan.
If you have any questions, what exactly you are understanding by this session, you can ask me so that I can explain you. So let me start from the first point. What is syntax? Tell me, what is syntax? What is syntax? The first point is what is syntax? It was very simple. Syntax means if you want to be write a small program, we need to follow the proper structure, right? That structure we are calling it same syntax. Syntax means what? The structure for writing a program, that we are calling it same syntax. Now what is mean that program? What is a program? Tell me, what is a program?
You can give the input and you'll get the output.
Program means it's a collection of instructions, okay, to do any one specific task. To do any one specific task. By whom? By computer. Okay, so that we are calling it say that we are calling it a program. Okay, so what exactly the instruction? Tell me.
Comments?
So tell me, what is, you understood what is mean that syntax, you understood, right?
Yeah.
Syntax means it was very simple thing. The structure for writing a program, that we are calling it say syntax. Coming to the program means what? It's a collection of instructions to do any one specific task, that we are calling it say program, right? So from this particular definition, the new one you are getting, that will be instruction, right? Then what is mean that instruction? Then what is mean that instruction? Tell me. Instruction means within a program, each and every line, it's a one instruction only, a line of code. Okay, a line of code within a program. Within a program, each and every line, it's a one instruction. Okay, basically these are instructions are two types. How many types? There are two types of instructions are there. The first one is comments. So basically comments are used for, so if you don't need to execute a small instruction, then we can able to comment actually. Okay, so comments are whatever the instruction which cannot be executable, the instructions which cannot be executable. Okay, an instruction which cannot be executable, that we are calling it say comment. Okay, these are the comments we can able to implementing in two ways. If any line which can be start with a hash character, that kind of comment we are calling it same single line comment. Single line comment, we are commenting only single line at a time with help of the hash character, or else within the triple line, within the triple quote, we can able to write the multiple lines. This is what? This is multi-line comment. Multi-line comment in the sense we can able to comment the multiple lines at a time, that we are calling it say multi-line comment. This is the thing will be multi-line comment. This is the thing which you are calling it same, okay, single line comment actually. If something which can be start with hash character, that we are calling it a single line comment. Within the triple quote, we can able to write the multiple lines, those we are calling it same multi-line comment actually. Okay, so can you take the screenshot of it, or else I can able to give you one more example. So statement, tell me what is mean that statement. What is mean that statement? What is mean that statement? Statement in the sense an instruction which can be executable, okay, within the program, a line which can be executable, that we are calling it a statement. Okay, so we have to go for understanding the what are the comments and what are the statements with practically. Okay, before that one, can you take the screenshot of it? If you not take the screenshot, even though I can able to share you within the GitHub. Okay,
Yeah, taken.
let me go with some. Hello.
Have taken.
So Janvi, did you understand as of now what I was explained?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you understand what is mean that syntax, you understand what is mean that program, you understand the comment and the
Yes, sir.
statement, and the
Yes, sir.
implementation of the
Yes, sir.
comments and the implementation of the statements also you understood, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what about Praveen and Rakesh?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, understood, Anjan.
See guys, yesterday I already tell you, right, how to download the Python 2 and how to download the Python 3, and installation process also be done.
Yes.
How to download it and how to install it and how to use it also explained, right? So
Yes.
let me go with open the my Python 2. Okay, I can show you some example for the comment as well as statement. I can write a small program within my Python IDE. Okay, this is my Python shell, right? Okay, within the Python shell, if you want to be write a script, then we have to click on the file and we should click on the new file, which is creating the one untitled file. So here we should write the single line comment. So which is started with hash character, right? This is the single line comment. Okay, and we have the triple quotes, right? Within the triple quote also we can able to write the multiple lines. This is multi-line comment. Okay, after that one I can able to write a small statement. This is the statement. What is the use of this particular statement? So here 10 is stored in a variable. Okay, is it clear? That is the use of this particular assignment operator. So a will be assigning to the variable a. Okay, so next we are going to be printing the a value. What is the use of this particular statement? So displaying the, what we are displaying, we are going to be displaying the value of a. Okay, then I have to be change the value as 20. So previously the a value which is holding the 10, now which is modifying as the 20 actually. Okay, so same thing we can able to write over here. So 20 is stored in variable a. Okay, this is the way we can able to write some statements. See, these are the four or the statements, the reason which are executable, right? See, these are the things will be comments which cannot be executable, as well as after the statement also we can able to write the comment. The comments are used for to giving the documentary of the each and everything within a program. Okay, this is the way you should able to write the program. After you written the program, we should save it, right? So while you are saving, you can save as 001 instruction. So we are going to be understanding the instruction and its type, right? So that I can save as the instruction. Okay, after I saved this one, you should run this particular program. If you run this particular program, you're getting the output will be 10 and 20, right? So these are the comments and these are the statements and the whole program which gives the an example for the understanding the comments and statements. I hope you understood. If you have any question, you can let me know. Is it clear or not? Hello.
Yes, Anjan is clear.
Okay, I can share you this program also within the GitHub. You don't worry. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take the screenshot also. And Janavi, you can take the screenshots.
Sir, yes, sir, I'm taking, sir.
Okay. So next one is we need to go for understanding the keywords. Tell me what is means that keywords. Tell me what is mean that keywords. What is the meaning of the keywords? Keywords are, it's a free defined words. Okay. See why we are calling it a free defined words? The reason is these are the words there. These are the words which are already defined. Okay. Where it is defined? Already defined in Python IDE. Okay. See, some of the words within the program language which are already defined. Okay, that was the reason we are calling it say free defined words. Okay, so why we need to define the previously before writing the why the people are already implemented these words? The reason is each and every word which having its own specific task. Each and every keyword, it's having its own specific task, right? See, I can tell you some example for understanding the keywords. For example, I have the print is my keyword. This is the print keyword which will be used for displaying purpose. Okay, displaying on monitor. That is the functionality of that particular print keyword. And next one is del keyword. Del is the keyword. For example, if you define some variable, if you want to be remove that particular variable, then we can use the del keyword. Okay, delete the data from memory location. From the memory location, if you want to be deleted, then we can use the del variable, del keyword. Next, while and for keywords. These are the keywords which are used for looping purpose. For example, one particular statement, if you want to be repeat some multiple times, okay, so then looping purpose we can use this particular while and for loop. Next, if, else, and elif. These are the keywords are used for conditional task. For example, if you want to be conditional task, for example, if you want to be execute one particular task based upon the conditions, then we can use the if, else, elif. Okay, next one is we have the other keywords also there, break keyword and continue keyword. This will be used for to control something within the program, so that we are calling it a control keywords. Okay, and for example, if you want to be create the functions, or if you want to be written some data from the functions, then we can use the functional keywords. What is the purpose of this one? To implementing the functional functions, right? So that we are calling it say function keywords. Next one is import as, okay, and from. These are the keywords are used for modules and packages keywords. So whenever you are using whenever you are try to go for understanding the modules and packages, then I can able to introducing this import as from keywords. Okay, is it clear my point? Like that we have the lot of keywords are there. Okay, try and accept, these are the keywords. Finally also we can able to use it. Finally and rise, these are the keywords we are calling it same exception handling keywords. If you want to be handling the exceptions, then we can able to use this particular keywords. Okay, next one is and keyword, not keyword, and or keyword, is keyword, and in keyword. These are the keywords we have to use it whenever operators keywords. So these are the keywords are used for to do some kind of operations, operational keywords, nothing but. See, we have lot of keywords are there, each and every keyword which is specially designed for it only. Okay, so here I'm introducing only few keywords, but we have lot of keywords are there within the Python 1. Approximately 31 keywords are there in Python 2. In Python 2 we have 31 keywords are there. Okay, but in Python 3 it might have around 35 keywords are there. It's around 35 keywords are available. Is it clear my point? See how many keywords are there, where it is available. If you want to see these particular keywords, I can show you practically. Okay, I can show you practically. See what are the keywords are there. I can just show you. Just wait for 1 second actually. For example, we can go with this particular shell. If you want to be see the what are the keywords are there, we need to import the keyword library. So we have the keyword library is there. That particular library we can able to import it. If you are importing the already keywords, then I just want to be display the all keywords, that all keywords are available within the KW list. See, careful, see here, these are the keywords. What are those? Yes, these are the keywords. Okay, we can count this one, how many keywords we have it. If we want it, we just count it. Counting is little bit complicated, right? That was the reason I can able to use the length function. So the length function, it can be used for to showing the all keywords within the Python 1. We have the 31 keywords are there. We have a lot of keywords are there. I just show you few keywords only. Okay, so you can take screenshot of this one also. Janvi, Praveen, and
Yes, I take it.
okay, you just take the screenshot this one also, or else we can take the screenshot both. Now we can take the screenshot otherwise.
Taken.
Okay, done, right? Did you understand
Yeah.
what exactly the keywords and what is the purpose of it? So where it is defined it, you've seen right already.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, what about Janvi? Did you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Now let me go for understanding the identifier. If you understanding the keywords, let me go for understanding the identifiers. Side heading. Identifiers. So tell me what exactly the identifiers. So identifiers are very simple things which are the user defined words. What are it is? User defined words. User defined words in the sense, these are the words which are implemented by the programmer. Okay, so that we can call it say user defined words, or else we can call it say programmer defined words. Okay, what is the purpose? He is going to be defining these particular identifiers. The purpose of creating these particular identifiers to give the name entities for variables, functions, and classes. If you want to give the names for variables, functions, and classes, we should define these particular names. Those names only we are calling it say identifiers. If you want to be define the identifiers, we need to follow the proper rules actually. What are the rules we need to follow it? Tell me. So the rules of the identifiers, it will be common for most of the programming languages. So in this case of the Python also it will be common. The first one is we can use alphabets. We can use alphabets. Small a to small z we can use it, or else capital A to capital Z also we can use it. Next one is we can use digits also. 0 to 9. Next one is we can use underscore. Okay, shift with minus. Next one is, so whatever the rules now I am telling it, don't use those rules actually. Don't use keywords. Previously I showed some keywords, right? Those keywords don't use it. And meanwhile we have some special characters are there except digits and underscore. So remaining special characters, don't use it. Don't use special characters. Okay, clear? And last but not least, we can start with a, so we can use the digits, but don't start with a digit. That we need to remember actually. Don't start with the digit.
No, no, Anjan, I actually am a little bit confused. Means don't use the keyword means whenever you apply the rules identifier, then that time we cannot use the keyword. It meant to say.
Yes, exactly. See, if you want to use the identifier, I want to creating the one particular variable. Okay, so if you want to be create the variable which you just need the name, so here I already show you 31 keywords which are also words only, right? Those are also names only, right? If you try to use that
Right.
particular as a variable name or else as a function name or else as a class name, then you can get the error. Okay, I can show you practically, then we can able to understand actually. Okay,
Okay.
so let me go with this particular example. I can close this one and I just open one more time this shell. Yeah, yes, yeah. Take a small example actually. See, I want to be create a variable actually. For example, in case of Python programming language, variables we don't need to be define it. Okay, we don't need to be declare it. We can assign directly data to the variable. For example, I want to use the some keyword as a variable name. Okay, this will be error. For example, if you want to be start with a digit, that should be also error. Okay, if you use the some special characters as a variable, then that will be also an error. You got it my point? You are getting the syntax errors or not? That means you are not following the proper rules for giving the name of the variable, so that you are getting the error. Clear? Rakesh,
Clear, Anjan.
Praveen, and Janavi, did you understand my point? If you
Yes,
don't
sir. I understood.
if you not to follow the proper rules, definitely you can get the error. So here I'm getting the syntax error because of I'm using the while keyword. Here I'm getting the error. The reason is I've started with a digit. Here I'm getting the error because of I used some special character. Okay, but if you want to be use the digits, you can use it. If you want to use the uppercase letters, we can use it. If you want to use the underscore, we can use it. Even if you want to start with underscore, we can use it. It doesn't matter actually. Okay, we can assign the data. It can, for example, if you want to be print that particular data, we can give that particular name only. Underscore va3 capital T underscore. This is the name of the variable, so that you're getting the 123 or not. See, that means here we can follow the three rules. So the rules are underscore. It's up to your choice. If you don't need to use it, don't use it actually. Just I'm telling that we have the option we can use the underscore also. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question? Any other question? If you are understood, you just note down this particular point. Before that one, I just want to tell you one thing. Variables are used for to hold the data. That you need to remember it actually.
Okay.
Can you take the screenshot?
Yes, we took.
Just wait for 1 minute. Hello.
Yes, Anjan.
Did you understood right? As of now, what is mean that variables? How to define the variables? Okay. And variables are the part of the identifiers only. So here identifiers, it's just names to give the names for variables, functions, and variables and classes. Here variables is the part of the identifiers which will be used for to hold these different data elements. Okay. Now
Okay.
let me go for understanding the, and if you want to take the screenshot, we can take the screenshot of the a variable actually. Variables are the names. Variables are the names which can hold the data, data elements, nothing but. Okay. So in Python, we can directly assign it. We can directly assign the data, elements to the variables. Okay, we can directly assign the data to the variables actually. Okay, that was exactly variables in case of Python programming language. We just take this screenshot for reference purpose. Is it clear? Now, if you done your screenshot, then I can able to go with the data types. Hello?
Yes, Anjan, please go for the data type.
Yes. So it was very simple point actually. So variables are always holding some data, right? So here the data types are what type of data which can be referenced by the variables that we can able to specify by the data types only. Okay, tell me what is the use of the data types? Data types are used for to specify the what type of data holded by variables. Okay, that we can able to specify with the help of the data types only. In case of Python programming language, we have the totally two kind of data types are there. The first one is fundamental data type. Okay, second one is sequential data type. I think Praveen, from this particular session onwards, you are running your sessions, right?
Yes.
This is the points you already done, right, Praveen? fundamental data types and sequential data types? Yes or no?
Yes.
So now tell me, what is mean that fundamental data type?
Fundamental data type means like integer, variable,
Yes.
variable,
One single variable. Yes. A single variable can hold the fifth one is complex data type. Okay, so these are the 5 data types. We are calling it, say, fundamental data type. And coming to the sequential data type, so it was very simple point. It is quite opposite for it. I can show you with a proper example for the sequential as well as fundamental also, but this time I'm just telling that what are the data types are there. Okay, see, sequential data type in the sense a single variable okay, can hold the multiple elements, that we are calling it, say, a sequential data type. We have the 5 data types are there. The first one is string data type. Okay, second data type is list data type. Third data type is list, spelling is wrong, list data type. And third data type is tuple data type. And fourth data type is set data type. Okay, and fifth data type is dictionary data type. So totally we have the 5 data types from the sequential data types, 5 data types from the tuple fundamental data types, and the 5 data types from the sequential data types. We have it. Okay, I can show you examples, you don't worry about it. Before that one, I just show you some examples, some built-in functions. What are the data? So type, we have one of the important function. It will be used for what data type of the variable. For example, if you define some data, if you want to know what is the data type of it, then we can use the type function. What is the use of it? To know the data type, right? If you want to know the data type, then we can use the type function. The next one is id function. What will be the use of the id function? To know the memory location. If you want to know the memory location of any variable, then we can use the id function. If you want to know the data type of the any variable, then we can use the type function. Did you understand? So with help of this one, we can able to go for understanding the all data types. If you say okay, then I can able to go for some examples.
Please.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let me close this one.
Anjan, one thing. Actually, to know the memory and to know the data type means what data type. I understand the data type, but what about the memory?
For example, if you are holding some data within the variables which having some memory location, it can be holding in some memory location which is referencing to some memory location. Okay, so data will always holding within the memory locations only, right? Every time if you want to remember that memory location which was very complicated, so that we are referencing that memory location with the name, that name we are calling it a variable. Got it my point?
Okay.
Always. So I can show you, I can tell you actually, just 1 minute. For example, this is the memory location. Okay, within the memory location, within the memory, which have a lot of data. For example, I have the 100. See, this is the 100 which is available. For example, some XYZ, some 3000 memory location. You understand my point? 100 will be available in 3000 memory locations. Okay, if you want to access this 100 every time, we need to remember this 1000 memory locations. That will be very complicated, right? You don't know where the memory locations are available, what memory locations we have it, and that too, it's not a small numbers actually. It will be very huge numbers we have it, right? So this
Right,
is the
right.
memory location. We have to give the name. That name we are calling it same variable. Okay, so the variable which is
Okay.
referencing the memory location with the name, that name we are calling it a variables. Within the memory locations we have some data. I want to know the what is the memory location of this particular data. We can use the id function. Okay,
Okay. So, okay.
yes, I can show you some examples of the all data types. Now I can start the data types. First one is int data type, right? So int data type in the sense any real numbers. Okay, any real numbers we can hold in the any variable, then that particular data type of a is it's an integer. Whether it is an integer or not, if you want to know that, then simply we can use the type function. I just want to know the memory location of a, then we can use the id function. Okay, you might be holding
Okay.
some negative numbers also, minus 23. If you want to know the what is the data type of a, it will be integer only. I just want to be know the memory location. Now the memory location of minus, the reason is 123 will be changes. The reason is 3 memory location is different. Okay, and minus 23 memory location is different. Okay, but this is within this memory location with help of the a, we are referencing to this particular memory location. Okay, with help of the a variable or with help of the a name, we are referencing to this particular memory location. If you give this name, automatically which is accessing the data from this particular memory location. Okay,
Okay. Means your
okay,
type of
good.
the data in it and your memory is memory location is that number. Okay, got it.
Yes, okay. Now I just want to be hold some kind of a floating data. See, if something having the floating point, decimal point, then that particular data we are calling it say float data type. Then simply we can use the type of a. Okay, so idea of a will be just for knowing the memory location. It's your choice actually. Okay, and next one is if you want to be hold some boolean data, capital T. Okay, and if you want to know the data type, then it's a bool. Next, if you want to be hold the false, then this data type is it's the boolean data itself. Okay, got it my point?
Got it.
Okay, next I want to be hold the some non I don't want to be hold any data. Simply I just creating the memory location, but that memory location it doesn't have any data, then we can use the none. So we can use the none. See, you're holding the none, right? But you try to printing that one, it's not printing anything. If you want to access that data, it's not it's not showing anything, right? But it is having the memory location or not, it is having the data
Yes.
type or not, but there is no data.
Data.
There is no data, but it's having the memory location which having the data type is none type. That means nothing, a variable which doesn't store anything, that we are calling it say none data type. For example, we are holding the some real numbers and imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers which can be referencing with help of the j character. This kind of data type we are calling it say complex numbers. Okay, x plus yj format, x plus yj format, if we have anything that kind of data type, we are calling it say complex numbers. Okay, These are the examples for the all 5 data types. Any question is there from the fundamental data types?
We can use the any character, right? For example, complex number 12 plus 16 is equal
Yeah,
to
you can use
R.
anything. You can use
Okay,
anything.
okay. That is a complex data type.
Yeah, you just only use the integers and floats as the name of the x. So this is the x value.
Okay.
For example, we can use the float also. Oh, shit, man. We can use the float is your x value, and float is also your y value. You can use it. So here x it's your real number, and y is your imaginary number. Imaginary number, it must having the j character. Okay, here x and y are the any real numbers, whether it is integers or float, it doesn't matter. Okay, it must be integers or it must be float. Okay, so this is about fundamental data types. Janavi, any question is there regarding about fundamental data types?
No, sir, I got it, sir.
What about Praveen and Rakesh?
Yes, I understood, Anjan.
Understood.
Next one is we need to go for understanding the sequential data types. From the sequential data type, the first one is string data type. String data type means it's a collection of characters. What it is? Collection of characters. Where we are collecting these characters? Within the double quotes. Okay, within the double quotes, we are collecting some kind of data. That kind of data type, we are calling it same string data type. That data type we are calling it same string data type. Clear? Now let me
Okay.
go for understanding the list data type. List data type in the sense it is also used for collection of elements only. Collection of data elements. Collection of data elements within the square brackets. So for example, I have the one particular variable. Okay, I have the one particular variable. The variable which can be holding some kind of elements. It might be integers, it might be floats, it might be complex numbers, any data elements we can able to hold inside of the square brackets. That kind of data type we are calling it say list data type. Okay, and coming to the tuple data type. Okay, coming to tuple data type, which is also same like a list only, but coming to this one, it's a collection of data elements. Okay, within the parenthesis, we can able to hold the multiple elements that we are calling it same tuple data types. For example, we can hold the complex numbers, we can able to hold the integers values, we can able to hold the float data elements also. It's up to your choice what kind of data elements we can able to hold inside of the parenthesis. This kind of data type we are calling it same tuple data type.
It's mean only
Okay,
bracket. There is a square bracket. Here is a cube
square
bracket, right?
brackets will be list, parenthesis will be indicating that tuple. Okay, and coming to the set data type, which is indicating that curly braces. Collection of data elements within the curly braces, that we are calling it a set data type. For example, I have the one variable. So the variable which can be holding the square brackets. So the square brackets, it might having the integer data, it might be having the float data, it might having the complex data. Okay, any data it can be holding. Then this kind of data type we are calling it same set data type. Clear? Is it clear or not?
Yes,
Hello?
clear. Apart from this three, is any different from this data type? Means we are using the three different bracket, right? Apart from this, any difference?
We have a lot of differences are there, that all
Okay, okay.
differences to understand in further sessions. Okay.
Okay.
For more
Okay.
understanding only string data type, it might be considered minimum 1 hour or 2 hours. For understanding
Okay.
this list data type, 1 hour. Tuple 1 hour, set 1 hour, dictionary 1 hour. Okay. We have
Okay.
separate
Okay.
sessions for each and every data type. There I can explain
Okay.
you full in depth, but this point of time, just representation, I'm explaining it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
And
Anjan.
coming to the dictionary data type, collection of the data items, previously data elements, right? But here data items. Data item means it's a combination of the key and value. What is mean that item? Item is a combination of the key and value. Okay. Item is, it's a combination of the key and value. This key and value are separated by the colon symbol. Okay, your key will be any data type, your value also any data type, and those two are separated by the colon symbol. Each and every item will be separated by the column. Let me go with a small example. For example, I have the one particular variable var, and within the curly braces, I can able to hold the key is my integer, and corresponding value also it's my integer or float, it's up to your choice. For example, I can able to hold the key is my string, okay, and value corresponding the, for example, integer. It's up to your choice. In such a way you're collecting the items. This kind of data type we are calling it's a dictionary data type. Sorry for inconvenience, I just want to be give the name is var, not the a is set only. Okay, forget about this one. This is wrong. Sorry, this is wrong. Don't use this one. This will be related to set. See, this is the key and corresponding value. Combination of these two things, we are calling it item. So this is another item. So item will be combination of the keys and values. Keys and values. Is it clear? This is the way we can able to hold the different kind of elements within the variables. Any question regarding about this one?
No, Anjan.
Can you take the screenshot?
Yes. Can you scroll up from that top up? Start this data functional data set.
Yes, just note down it. Yeah, take the screenshot. Janavi, did you understand the today concept or not?
Can you please scroll down?
Janavi,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a little bit familiar with all these topics, sir, already.
good. Take the screenshot of it. Is this done?
Yes. It's done.
Now take the screenshot of it off. Okay.
Okay, Anjan.
Yes. I hope you are mixed with into the batch actually. Okay. You are mixed with the batch. Tomorrow,
From this,
yes. From the Tuesday
from
onwards, we have the sessions, regular session. Tuesday. Tomorrow we don't have any session. Okay.
okay.
Tomorrow we
Can you
don't.
please minimize this note? Can you please minimize this file? So I want to screenshot that that particular.
This one.
Right. Wait, just hold on. Yes, yes, this.
So tomorrow we
Okay,
don't
okay,
have any session. We'll meet on Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday morning, 7 o'clock.
okay, okay.
So next class, we are going to be understanding the operators class, addition, subtraction, multiplication, those things. And Janvi, for you, you don't have the laptop, right? So
Sir, yes, sir.
for practicing purpose, I can tell you how to practice in mobile phone also. Whenever you free,
Okay,
we
sir.
can Okay.
Okay,
See,
See
sir.
how the
Anjan, I don't have a personal laptop. See, I tried to office, but the office laptop I can download this Python. So let me step for this me also. How to download on the
you have
mobile.
to practice every class. It should be every class we should practice, or else while the class is going on, we need to execute in your computer itself. That is mandatory.
Right, that is important for that. But I need because I don't have a laptop, right? So
Okay,
please
but
help
how
us
you are
how to install
attending
on
the
a mobile. It's
how
a
you are
on mobile attending the
also
sessions.
you also attending the sessions from mobile itself.
Yes, it's mobile itself.
You don't have any laptop?
I have a laptop, but it's official. Okay, so they cannot download
Company
this.
laptop, right? It's a
Yeah,
company.
it's a company
So we
as
don't
per the
have any choice
policy.
to
Okay.
install any other applications like Python.
No, I cannot have.
Oh, yeah. You don't worry. I can tell you another option. Okay. So
Okay,
we can execute anything from online itself.
okay.
So we have the online GDBs are there. Okay. So over there
Uh-huh.
also we can execute the Python programs and everything. Got it?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. I think I can show you. I can tell you better path of it. Tomorrow I can do it myself. Okay. We
Okay,
have lot
okay,
meetings will be there. From all the things I can sort out to best one. That best one I can execute. I can show you how to use it. That one. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye guys.
Thank you, Anjan. Thank you very much.
See you guys. Take
Okay.
care.
Okay, bye. Take care. Take care to you. Hey, bye, Praveen.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, Sanjay.